footage to where weapons were involved, right? And he said that his grandfather, who passed away some time ago, and with this history of relationships, have not experienced that. So, and you know what? I'm glad that you brought that up, because we live in a time of 2023 where a lot of domestic disputes are being displayed on social media, to where the whole earth can see what is happening. So they can literally see why you went to jail. So on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, all whatever live, Black and Hispanic and Native Indians can literally see a brother and a sister going at it, and they are on the verge of trying to take each other's lives, or they do take each other's lives, right. And that's being publicized all over social media. It's being displayed for everybody to see. It's public. Now, I'm glad that you said that too, because of this. Just recently, within the last couple of years, brothers and sisters have went on social media live and took somebody's life. Ain't that crazy?
Yeah.
So there's no question about why this person is locked up, why this person lost their life, because it's all over the internet. And one thing about the internet, when you post something, it stays on the internet. You can delete things, you can try to modify it, but 9 times out of 10, it's going to still be on the internet. You know what I mean? I'm talking about this one sister. She was playing around with a gun inside of a car.
Yeah, I see that.
And she pulled the trigger, and the brother, he was dead. Now, this one story, this one video that I can never get outside of my head. It's very traumatizing. Two children, their cousins. They were in the bathroom. They were live, on a phone, and they had got a hold of a family member's gun, and they was playing around with it, and they both danced around, and the child didn't know that the gun was loaded, and pulled the trigger, and accidentally killed or unalived the cousin. And these children are maybe 12, 13. And then without hesitation, trooper, right? Without hesitation, this child took her own life because she realized what she did. And when I tell you, that video was so sad. You can see the demon literally okay, this child is playing around with the gun, just playing around, dancing, right?
Right.
And boom, kills unalives the cousin. And then without hesitation, 5 seconds later, takes his own life. It was sad, man. It was terrible. And the screams and the cries and the horror coming out of the family's mouths was so sad. It was terrible, man. And this happened in St. Louis, I want to say last year. But once again, man, we have so much work to do. I digress. Go ahead, That's it. All right, no sweat. Give me. I'm gonna skip a little bit, Salakia. Give me Revelations 18:4. Revelations chapter 18, verse 4. Yeah, it was a terrible story, man. And you hear stories like that all the time. Children losing their lives over something that's very, senseless, things that can be very much, avoided. That's why in the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian community, we have to do better. We have to be better. Otherwise, the people around us are not going to be better. All right? And this goes for all children, all adults. We all have a responsibility for each other. Okay? We all have to hold each other accountable. I keep hearing too many adults saying, oh, this generation this generation that. Well, ask yourself this question. Who raised that generation? It was you. If you are an adult right now, and you're speaking about the generation, the young generation right now, understand that you were the one raising them. So all the bullshit that you are trying to throw on the children, the young generation, you should blame yourself.
Right.
You should look at yourself. You are the product. I mean, they are the product of you. And that's it. That's all. So look at yourself in the mirror. Don't look at them. Look at yourself. All right. You got the precept? Yeah, you got it. Go ahead.
Revelation chapter 18, verse 4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people.
Right. So now, once again, this is the book of Revelation, right? In the book of Revelations, this is something that's being revealed to John. And these are visions. All right. And what John is saying, he heard a voice. And the voice said, say it one more time.
And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people.
Right, come out of her, my people. Now, this is speaking about coming out of America, coming out of captivity. Because at this time, we were still in captivity. In 2023, so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians, we are very much into captivity right now. So
that's right.
So, and this is not physical, right? It's not saying leave America, leave wherever captivity is at. It's saying spiritually leave that place. So what does that mean? It means do not partake in that place of captivity. Don't partake in the holidays. Don't partake in their way of life. That's what it's speaking about. And that's what you must do. Okay? So the next holiday that's coming up is what? Labor Day in September? And then, it's going to be September Labor Day. Labor Day is usually the first week of September. After September, what is in October? Halloween. Halloween, the last day of October is going to be what? Halloween. Don't partake in it. Separate your soul, your mindset, your way of life from this place. Otherwise, you're going to get caught up. And 10 times out of 10, when you are caught up in the way of life of America, you always get jammed up.
That's right.
There's so many examples and scenarios that I can, throw out there just to let you know. But for time's sake, read it one more time from the top.
Chapter 4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people.
Right, the Bible said to come out of her, my people. Now, that word, my people, every book has what is called an audience. And the Bible has an audience. And the audience is towards so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians. The Spicks, the savages, the niggers of the earth, right? All those bywords and proverbs. You know what I mean? The people that are not desired in this place. The audience of this book is for those people. Because the Bible is a Black and prophetic book. It's a history tool. It's a records. You know what I mean? For Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians. Also, too, like I got the shirt on, right? The shirt says the Bible is Black history.
That's right.
It's Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian history. That's what it is. Because everything about you is in that book. Tell me if the Holocaust is in the Bible. It's not. But I can show you where the transatlantic slave trade is in the Bible.
That's right.
I can show you where salvation is in the Bible.
That's right.
I can show you Minnesota right now. I can show you South Side, West Side, Chicago right now. I can show you Flint, Michigan. I can show you what just happened in Hawaii. You heard about Hawaii, right? How it got burnt up?
Yeah, I heard.
Yeah, I can show you that in the Bible too. Go ahead.
I heard Chef Muhammad talking. It's running 1 mile. I said that fire going traveling 1 minute per mile.
No, it's 1 mile per
It took the fire to travel 1 minute a mile.
Like the wind was going 1 mile per hour.
Right.
And that's very fast. You know what I mean? So imagine being in the car, right?
Right.
And you are leaving from this place, and you're trying to go to a destination, and it says it's 1 mile away.
Right.
Imagine the speed that you're going in a car to get to that 1 mile.
Right.
That's how fast the damn wind was moving out.
Oh.
So imagine, you may feel like a little breeze, right?
Right.
But a 1 mile of air, that's fucking dangerous. Excuse my language. That's very dangerous to where it's moving fast. You know what I mean? But go ahead.
Yeah, you talking about how the woman runs. She said she just stopped and just stopped praying. She said that was so poetic.
Yeah, Con. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Absolutely, Con.
Stop running.
Yeah, Con. I agree. Go ahead.
That ye be not partakers of her sin.
Right, that you be not partakers of her sins. And the her is talking about Babylon. It's talking about this captivity because Babylon is known as the daughter of what?
Whore.
Right, the daughter of whores. There you go. You know what I mean? Don't be a partaker. Meaning don't sleep with this place. Don't be joined. Don't be intertwined with this place called America, called Babylon, called wherever there's oppression to the point where it's going to separate you from the Most High. Don't be a partaker of that. What you want to be is separate. Because the word holy means what?
Separate.
Right, separate. All right, that's what you want to be. You want to be separate from the thing that's going to join you into evil, which is sin. And you don't want to be a partaker of that. To be a partaker means that you are just a part of that thing. Hence, that the word partaker. You are going to be a part of that thing. You don't want to be a part or associated with that thing that's going to destroy you later, or your people for that matter. And that's what's happening right now in 2023. You are a partaker. You are associated with the wrong things, and that's why you have no success. We do not grow as a nation or as a people. That's the problem. All right? Drop that. Give me, let me see here. Give me Proverbs 29:2. Hey, Salakia, hey, Salakia, y'all bear with me real quick. Salakia, I gotta do one thing. Let me just put up this video real quick. I'll be right back. JT on the track.
Fuck wrong with you, boy? You know what time it is, nigga. Better watch how you step in. Yeah. But that was my nigga. I'm in you. Got my nigga Rawan with me. But that was my niggas to the be an honor. You know what I'm saying? Under commanding General Yana. Straight off the top, I love all of my niggas. That shit ain't gon' stop till we on top and we ballin', my nigga. We be fly as fuck, you know them bitches That shit'll never change, and it's the same with all my niggas. City to city, I should be at home. That's what my ribs say. But bitch, I'm grown. I'm in these streets and closed caption. Niggas know we bout that action. If a nigga play with me, then my hock can gon' let him have it. Hey, think you the shit, this truth the shit. Nigga play, I let that Ruger hit. Get on them tracks, they be like, who is this? I'm rude with it. Ain't got no manners. All them pussy niggas talkin' shit. Y'all know they can't stand us, but we UPK, Louisiana, bitch, that's what I'm rippin'. And my niggas solid number, real ones in my section. If you wanna get down, put your boots on, start steppin'. Brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood. I lay my life down right now for all my sisters and brothers, because I love them. I see them dapping and hug them. It's amazing to see how well we adapt from the struggle. Born again from a life of sin, trapped in the gutter. My mind frame was to kill my own kind. Feeling inferior, waking up ready to die. Run with them killers, so it's just a matter of time. For why take your life or let you take mine? That's when I realized the slaves killing slaves, while the white man live to get old. We in them graves, shit got me feeling played. I opened the Bible, went through them records, found out we was royalty, a nation to be respected. But in this world we rejected, we hated for our complexion. Still fighting to get accepted. We hear the truth and reject it, but love is getting corrected. And all my niggas correct me. The commandments, the foundation we erected. Brotherhood is a weapon. Brother.
All right, Shalom, Christ, Elijah for that. Just have to take care of something real quick. All right, Shalom, give me 1 second here. All right, so yeah, back to the point, right? So the point of what I was speaking about is simply like, I mean, there's so much going on when it comes to Black, Hispanic, Native Indians, right? But we always got to get down to the root in order to, solve the issue. There are a lot of people who have events. They come up with ideas of how to actually stop the issue, but it's not effective. And really, like in Minnesota, what I've noticed mainly, a lot of people, when they try to bring up Black issues, Black, Hispanic, and Native American issues, the problem that I usually see, or the flaw that I usually see, is the fact that they always try to include the oppressor.
That's right.
And that's why nothing works. It always fails. Like every time I go to a Juneteenth event, or Rondo's Days, or just any so-called black event, there's always the oppressor, or better yet, the oppressors, the other nations that take, they actually partake in our destruction of us being in captivity. Like just recently, what is this? This is like in the month of June. Yeah. We had went to the Caribbean Fest. You remember the Jamaican Fest?
Oh,
yeah. Oh, yeah. Kind. So we had went to like a Jamaican or a Caribbean Fest, and I seen more heathens than I seen Hebrews.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I barely saw anybody that was Caribbean in there. I seen a sprinkle of Black, Hispanic. Black, Latino, Native American people maybe, but I seen more East Indian people. I'm talking about the ones with the dot on the forehead. I seen even white people. Like, what is white people doing at a Caribbean fest? It doesn't make sense. It's the same thing with Juneteenth, and all they do is they just take advantage because they feel like, okay, well, I'm here. This is my country. I can be wherever I want to. And all they really do, they really get themselves, drunk. They always, eat all the food up, and they always act a fool. Every festival that I've been to that only is supposed to involve Black and Hispanic and Native Indian people, you always are going to see an outsider. Meanwhile, you don't see it the other way around. But anyway, I digress. Go ahead.
Proverbs chapter 29, verse 2.
Mm-hmm.
When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice.
Right. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. We brought this precept out, a few weeks ago. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked, keep going.
But when the wicked bear rule, the people moan.
Right. So when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. Right now in 2023, we are not rejoicing.
That's right.
You know why? Because we're still losing Black and Hispanic and Native Indian men to police brutality, to fentanyl, to domestic violence, to the prison system. We are losing our sisters to prostitution. They now want to be called a sex worker. We are losing our women, in the military, being used, abused, and unalived. We are losing our nation, and we are not looking like a people that can stand up for ourselves and fight against all the evil, all the oppression that's being done right now. People always talk about change this, change that. Well, in order to change, it starts with you.
That's right.
That's why the Bible says you have to be what? Born again. In order to be born again, you have to change your ways. Not stay doing the same thing. No. Otherwise, what's the point of you repenting? You repented for what? Just to say it? No. To repent means you change your ways. You change your behavior. In order to change your behavior, you have to change your mindset. That's what it is. All right? Go ahead, from the top one more time.
Proverbs chapter 29, verse 2.
Mm-hmm.
When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice.
Right. When there's somebody in rulership that is doing all the righteous things, they will rejoice. And right now, once again, it's not happening right now. Everything is bad in the earth. So in the recent news, right? Countries are going to war with each other.
That's right.
There's been a lot of deaths that's been happening. Natural disasters, crime. What else? Food shortage, pestilence. I even heard that there might be a possibility of a new plague coming out. That don't sound like a time where people is going to rejoice. That sounds like hell. That sounds like the earth is being cursed by the Most High. So, what we are doing in the ISUPK, we're working for the point where we can rejoice. And that's why in the ISUPK, we are the righteous working to get to that place of rejoicing. But right now, we live in a time where we're not rejoicing.
That's right.
We are in mourning. Read it one more time.
Proverbs chapter 29, verse 2.
Mm-hmm.
When the righteous are in authority,
and when the righteous are in authority, go ahead.
The people rejoice.
Yeah. When there's a righteous rulership, the people rejoice. Keep going.
But when the wicked bear rule, the people moan.
Yeah, the people mourn when the wicked bears rule. And that's right now. All your politicians, all your Christians, all your presidents and governments, your senators, your congressmen, congresswomen, the whole council, they are the wicked, and we are in mourning. Once again, how somebody gets elected in office, their campaign has to be surrounded by all the wickedness, all the evil that's going on, all the crime. So that way they can feed you with empty hope. with false hope. So that way they can promise you something that's really not going to happen, so they can get those votes, so they can get into that office, in that space. Like, for example, right? Black and Hispanics and Native Indians who voted for Obama, you should be ashamed of yourself. And I'll tell you why. Obama's campaign was about hope, right? His campaign was about hope, and he fed you false hope. He said that he was going to do X, Y, and Z. And when he got into office, what happened? He did nothing. He never upheld his promise. Nothing. He never did it. And that's the problem. Like I talked about this, I want to say last week as well. I'm going to say it again. They showed a picture of when, okay, so Obama, right? When Obama was in office, they showed a picture of Chicago, of a apartment building, and how it looked, right? And it was a brick apartment building. They showed how it looked when Obama was in office and how it looked when he left out of office. Tell me what changed about that apartment building. The color of the outside building of this apartment changed. It was dirtier. It was darker. That's the only thing that changed. And you know what? It had weeds on it too.
Right.
It had weeds. It had plants growing all over it. You know what I mean? And then also too, if you want to kick it up a notch, what also was different, it was more crime. Yeah, it was more crime in that same area where they took that picture in. Not just in that neighborhood, but in multiple neighborhoods. Right now, St. Louis is almost beating Chicago as far as the most violent and the most criminal states where all the crimes happen in the U.S. It's damn near finna beat Chicago. And I've been to St. Louis a few times. I'm in the state of Missouri almost every year. As of what, 2015, 2016? Because, you know, I got family out there. And St. Louis is very dangerous. Chicago is very dangerous. Detroit, ooh, dangerous. The Twin Cities then hit the Midwest of dangerous places as well. Like St. Paul is starting to look like what? Minneapolis. And I grew up in Minneapolis area. Good night. It was not pretty. The things I saw as a child until my adulthood, it was not pretty. Good night. But anyway, is that it on that? All right, let's get let me see here. Give me okay, so on the topic of oppression and hell, right? I'm still tying in brotherhood and sisterhood because we have to recognize what the issue is. And I explained multiple scenarios and examples of what the issues are happening right now in 2023. And what's been happening back then. But now, in these days and times, what Black and Hispanics and Native Indians must do, we have to come together for the good things, not the bad things.
That's right.
And what I mean by that is we have to come together in one body and one baptism and one faith. We have to have a understanding on what we have to do in order to fix our situation. Following the Most High in Christ is what's going to fix our situation. Every hood, every goddamn ghetto that you can think of on the face of the earth. And with that, it's called guidance. It's called obedience. It's called faith in the Most High with the law, statutes, and commandments. That's how you can fix everything in your life, in your ghettos, and your communities. Without that, you have nothing. You are going to be submissive, and you are going to be under the authority of your oppressor and all these heathens. That's what's going to happen. And that's what's happening right now. Ask yourself this question. Is a black community really a black community? Is it? How is that?
You ain't speaking God.
You got to speak louder. Say it again.
You're not speaking the Most High, man. Acting more like the oppressor.
Okay, I'm going to answer that question. My question is the black community really a black community? Yes or no? And the answer will be no. Why is that? Because who is in your community that are not black? I just gave you the answer.
Your oppressor.
Yeah, your oppressors. So multiple meaning it's going to be the people that are not you. All right. Now, once again, black, Hispanic, and Indians, those are the same people.
Right.
But the Arabs, the Africans, the whites, the Chinese, the Japanese, the East Indian people, yeah, those are not your people. And those are the people that are in your communities. Now, when you go to their communities, who do you see? Their people.
Right.
Who do you not see? You don't see blacks.
Right.
You don't see Hispanics.
Right.
You don't see Native Indians.
Right.
But you see their own people. That should tell you a lot without saying nothing. It should tell you that they are stripping you and draining you of all of your resources. You put money in their pockets and they have nothing in return for you. So when you do have a business and you have something flourishing, they don't support you, but we support them. You see the problem?
Mm-hmm.
That's the problem. All right. Give me let me see here. Give me Revelations 13 and 10. No, 13 and 9. Yeah, Revelations 13 and 9.
Okay.
Bible shop. Go ahead. You got it.
Revelation chapter 13, verse 9.
Mm-hmm.
If any man have an ear, let him hear.
Right. If any man has an ear, let him hear. So it's okay. Of course, everybody got ears. You know
That's
what I mean?
right.
You know, I mean, the majority has ears. All right. And for those that have ears, it says let him hear. Now, of course, if you're not deaf, deaf, you can hear out of your ears. But that's not the point. The point is this: if you have ears, get understanding. Because when you hear something, you're getting understanding, right? Because the process of hearing something is understanding what you are hearing. That way you can what's the damn word? So like when you hear sound, right? In the process of you hearing sound, you understand like, okay, this person is saying this. Like your brain starts to work to where you know how to go about that information or what you are hearing, so to speak. So it's saying if you have understanding, then listen to this understanding. Keep going.
Verse 10. He that leads into captivity shall go into captivity.
Yeah, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. Now, the reason why I'm bringing this out because we are on the topic of oppression.
That's right.
Or better yet, hell. And the one who has caused the oppression is going to fall on them. Meaning that those that are responsible for the oppression, they are going to be held accountable. And that's going to be the oppressor. Read it one more time.
He that leads into captivity shall go into captivity.
Yeah, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. It's only right. That's called justice.
That's right.
That's what the Bible calls justice. So he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. It's only right.
That's right.
It's justified.
Come.
You know what I mean? That's what should happen. If anybody commits a crime, justice is what? Them being penalized, punished.
That's right.
So if somebody led us into captivity, it's only right that they shall go into captivity. Keep going.
And he that killed with the sword must be killed with the sword.
Yeah, he that killed with the sword must be killed with the sword. He that unalives with the sword must be unalived with the sword. It's only right because it's justified. Like once again, with all this oppression, man, Black and Hispanic and Native Indians, we need justice.
That's right.
Everybody else have justice. We don't have it. But it's only right that all people have justice.
That's right.
What's wrong with a Black and Hispanic and Native Indian man, woman, and child getting justice? Where's the justice for the Native Indians? Where's the justice for the transatlantic slave trade?
That's right.
Where's the justice for the Hispanics?
That's right.
Answer me that. Where is the justice? Because we've been waiting and still nothing. The white man, the oppressor says justice is the reservations that the Native Indians have right now. That's not justice. They are number one. The suicide rate is crazy. The drug and alcoholism, the rape and molestation is very high on the reservations. They can't even live off of the reservation because the soil is dead. They can't grow no crops. They can't do nothing with the land.
Right.
But get high, but sin, be criminals. That's all they can do. And you want to thank the oppressor. And he is going to be held accountable when Yahweh returns. Understand that. When 200 million angels arrive on the chariots, our oppressor will understand that he is going to be held accountable. And there's nothing he can do to escape at all. Our oppressor will know what it feels to be punished.
That's right.
Just like he punished us. The oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of.
That's right.
And with that, that's the class. Imagine. Give me a favor. I want you to lift the camera up. Slightly.